Hello guys, welcome to a new video here in JS Education. My name is Carlos Santana and this is the video number 11 for the course Developing a Headless CMS with TypeScript and GraphQL. So let's start. So the first thing we need to do is to run ncu-u in our project. And remember that you should use the version that you are seeing on my terminal to avoid any problems on your end. And after this, you need to install the packages with npm install. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go into the next.config file, and we are going to add a new alias called layouts, like this, from share components layouts. Then we need to go to app, and we will create several folders. We need to create a new folder dashboard, then components, my apps is the new component, and then inside app icon. And then inside app icon, we are going to create a new file called app icon.scss for the styles of this component. And basically, let me copy these styles. Okay, so those are gonna be the styles. App icon. So this import, if you are seeing this character here, is the alias for the styles. We have that on our next config, like this, alias.styles. So that's how it's been resolved on Sass. And these are the styles, if you need to copy them. Then you need to create inside app icon a new file called index.tsx that is going to be the component. So this one is basically it's a small component to render the application icon, right? So basically the icon is going to be the first two letters of the app name. In this case, for example, if your app name is blog, then the icon is gonna be BL and it's gonna be on the square with some specific color that we specify on the database or on the GraphQL. So here the style, the background color, is being taken from app.icon, which is saving the color. Then we need to create another folder inside our my apps, which is gonna be cards. And then inside cards, we need to create the styles. Which is this one. So this one is the style for the cards. Let me show it to you. Basically, we're going to show like blocks of cards with our applications. So yeah, you don't worry if you don't copy this code like quickly. The code is in the repository, remember, so you will be able to grab it later. After this, we need to create a index file inside cards for the component index.tsx. Save this, okay. And then this component basically is going to use icon from fogg-ui, the app icon component that we just create, the styles, the card styles, and it's going to receive items, an array of items. Here I have a title, my apps, or we can put that directly here actually. I don't think it's important to have it in a variable. It's not going to change. And basically this is a list of items that is going to return an app icon, passing the app object of each one. And then remember that it's very important to pass the key on each element that we are mapping, and we can pass the app.id. And then at the end, I'm adding like an extra block or an extra card for create a new application, right? So this is going to have a plus icon, and then it's going to say create new app. So the style for that, now you need to create on my apps a new file called myapps.scss. And the styles are these ones. So basically, we are going to use flex with the flex direction column. We are going to align the text center. We are going to have a header with some gradients. So make sure you are copying this part. And then we need to create the component myapps. Inside myapps, you need to create a new file, index.tsx. So this one is going to, it's going to be this one. Here we need to include the main layout that we will create, or logo. Also, the styles from my apps. We will get the data from get apps. If we don't have data, basically we just return a div, empty div. But then with our main layout, we are going to render my apps. We are going to render the header with the logo, and then inside the cards we have. And we pass the items with data get apps, which is going to coming from GraphQL. Talking about GraphQL, we need to create a new file, a new folder in GraphQL directory. It calls apps, and then inside you need to create get apps.query.ts, which is the new query, or a query that we need to get the apps. It's very simple, get apps, and we are getting the ID, app name, identifier, description, and icon. After this, you need to go to pages, and we are going to create a new file, a special file from Next called _document.tsx. So this one works as a wrapper to include scripts that we want to load at the beginning. So for example, this one, we need to include document, head, main, next script from next/document. And this is a class, export file class, my document, extends document. The render, we are adding here, or HTML. We are using the head component from Next. And then here you include links, metadata, styles, favicons, whatever you want. In this case, I'm including a font awesome CSS to allow the icons to be there. And then in our body, you are rendered the application with the component main and then next script. That's it. That's all you need here. Then now we need to go to pages dashboard, and then on our index.js, it was very simple dashboard page, but now we need to fetch some data from Apollo and GraphQL. So basically, we will use query from Apollo client. Then we need to import or get apps query, the ones that we just create. You need also the context, user provider and form provider. we are going to import our my apps component, which is on app dashboard components my apps, and then this component is gonna look like this. So basically here we are executing the query, use query get apps query, and the data I'm renaming that with data get apps, and we have a loading state. If we are loading the data, basically we just skip the render, or we just put an empty div. And once we have data, we render our user provider, form provider, and then the component my apps, passing the data with that data get apps equals data get apps. And that's it pretty much. Okay, then you need to go to share, components, layouts, main, and here in main we need to create a new folder called main layout. Then inside you need to create a file main layout.scss, which is this one. Very easy styles. Later we need to create an index.js TSX for the component, and this is the code. Basically here we are receiving a title and the children, and with this head. So there is an important thing. I don't know if you noticed that on the pages underscore document, I did not include the title here, because actually Next recommend that you should know that title here. If you put it here, you will get a warning. But instead, on every page or component you want to add your title, then in that specific file you put it like this. You just include head, title, and this automatically will update the title on the page. And basically this is my main layout, and this is a class, the div. I'm rendering with main layout class and just the children here. And the last file we need to modify is our tsconfig. So basically we need to add the alias of the layouts that we had before. So basically it's gonna be add layouts share components / layouts, like this. So that's it. So let's run our backend and our front end application. So if everything works fine, we should be able to go to dashboard. Then we need to log in with our credentials. In this case, mine is carlos.santana@dev.education. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We log in here. And this is gonna be the view for my apps. I already include or add an application called blog here. This is gonna be the card for the create new app. When I click here, later on the next video is going to open a model to be able to create those. Also, when you click on the application, you will be able to be redirected directly to that application. So if we go to our playground here, 5,000. If you see here, I can create a new application, for example, forums. The identifier is gonna be forums. The color probably is gonna be, I think that's red, I'm not sure. Description forums. And the user ID should be the same that you have with your session. So once you create this new app, if we refresh here, Now, oh, it's a yellow color. Okay. Now we will see this new application. So I don't know what you think. If you like it, please help me to share this video. Also subscribe to this new channel. I hope you like this video. If you have any question, please drop a comment in the section, or I invite you to join to our Slack community. We are more than 900 people there. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for your time and see you next time.